Hello again, friends. My name is Chrissy, and this is A Little Glam, A Lot of Mom. Thanks for being here. In today's video, I'm sharing about our Ancient Egypt unit study, the books and resources we used and projects we made. So let's go through the resources we used for our study, beginning with books. I picked up these mini sticker books by Dover Publishing, 3 of them, one for each little. And honestly, I was underwhelmed. Essentially, there are just a few pages of wardrobe type stickers and accessories to dress up King Tut. It is interesting to discuss the wardrobe and pieces of jewelry, I suppose. And for under $2, I really can't expect much more. The kids got use of this about one time, and then we used some of the pieces of clothing to make a burial or a tomb for a mummy, and you'll see that ahead in this video. Overall, it wasn't a bad resource, we just weren't impressed. The next book is by DK, Find Out Ancient Egypt, and we love DK books all around, but the Find Out series is one of our favorites. Fun factual books for children. It's educational but also entertaining. It's interactive with a playful combination of photographs and illustrations. In the book, you'll also find timelines and quizzes and trivia. There's also a board game in here, and of course, factual tidbits of information throughout the book. Very similar book, but this one is by NatGeo, Everything Ancient Egypt. So I don't know that you would need both of these, the DK and the NatGeo Ancient Egypt book, because really they both cover about the same type of information. They're both reference type of books. However, the value of all NatGeo books for us are in their timeless photography. The same engaging type of text for young children with small factual tidbits, short text packed with information. And we also enjoy using natgeokids.com for further research. Also, if you do have a subscription to Disney Plus, then you know that are some Nat Geo documentaries through that platform. We devoured Lost Treasures of Egypt and Tut's Treasures Hidden Secrets. So yeah, another similar reference type book resource is this Dig It Ancient Egypt. Now this came in this awesome kit I found at Ollie's for, I think it was like $4 or $5. The kit also includes a poster, and it brought a sand brick and tools to excavate 4 Egyptian artifacts, just for a fun supplemental type of resource as an opening activity, and it did prompt further research and exploration of each artifact. Hieroglyphs by Joyce Milton. In this resource, we learned all about the beautiful pictogram writing. We learned what the different symbols mean, deciphering these symbols, what school and learning to read and write was like for children in ancient Egypt. There's a beautiful spread on the hieroglyph alphabet. This spread on how to make papyrus paper, and I actually did find some already on Amazon, so it was just fun to read through this process and learn about this process and have the end result in hand. And of course, you can make an attempt at making your own paper, and that would be an awesome project in itself. Included with the book, there is a nice quality stencil that the littles had fun using with our papyrus paper. Bella made notes for her friends using the stencils, Noah painted several sheets of the papyrus paper, and my teens actually free-handed the hieroglyphs. So that was a fun and very simple project. Egypt Magnified, for sure the favorite of our book resources. Exploring the pages of this book is like going on a journey through real places in ancient Egypt. With the book, there is a nice quality magnifying glass to look for the 10 items described on each page. And each item has a little fact about it. There's just so much detail in each illustration. We find a new treasure each time we revisit each scene. This book is also big, and I know that that bothers some people, but I actually really love that about this book because it makes the scenes in the book that much more engaging. We've learned so many small tidbits of facts of ancient Egypt through this book, and then we're able to take that interest or that topic and do further research with our reference books or from the internet. How I was able to modify and include my teenagers is I had them begin The Cat of Bubastes, a historical fiction novel that is part of their Knotgrass Exploring World History curriculum, and both of my teens really enjoy historical fiction. And within the actual textbook curriculum, we tapped off and saved Unit 3, which covers ancient Egypt in the curriculum. And so part of the curriculum as well is this textbook called In Their Words, and it's filled with original documents. And so to reference to an ancient Egypt document was the autobiography of Mummies, the naval officer Egyptian. And as part of the Bible portion of this curriculum, because it does give the students a credit in Bible, we read the story of Joseph in Genesis and followed through with Exodus and the story of Moses. So several months ago, we did do a study on Moses, mostly on his beginning life, and we even did a who, what, when, and where type of report on this Bible story. But we revisited it, or I should say we continued the story of Moses where we left off last, again, which was the beginning life, and so we moved on to the rescue of the Israel people out of Egypt, all the way through the first commandment, which is where we are now. And to tie in Bible with history for the young ones, we used the Jesus Storybook Bible to visit the same biblical stories of Joseph and Moses. Now, they are already familiar with the story of Joseph as well, and the beginning part of Moses' life again. But new to them was the story of how God uses Moses to rescue his people, all the plagues on Egypt, and the same with my teens. We went all the way through introducing for the littles, just the general idea of the 10 Commandments. Okay, let's go through some supplemental resources that are not books. And I'll start with Universal Yums, which is a monthly subscription box of snacks from different parts of the globe. So each month highlighting a different country. In August, I believe it was August, we received an Egypt box, and so we put it aside to use with this unit study. We had such a good time with our box, as we always do. It's such a big treat to get this box every month, have a fun time together exploring each box and learning about the country and culture. So we all share and everyone gets a try of each snack. And there are 3 size boxes to choose from. We also really enjoy the booklet that comes with each box. There's just so much snippets of info about the country and history, modern to ancient, to the people and culture. Also in the booklet, you'll usually find 1 to 2 recipes of that country, a trivia game, movie recommendations, and again, information and nutritional information about each snack included in the box. So at the end of our tasting game or session, we like to take a poll of our favorite and least favorite snack. Just really, I can't say enough about using a snack box like this as a supplemental resource for your geography or history studies. Match a Mummy, the Ancient Egypt Memory Game by Lawrence King Publishing. So first, I have to talk about the quality. So beautifully done, wonderful quality, and beautiful illustrations. So this memory game is not like the usual where you're matching two identical cards. In this game, you're matching two things or people that go hand in hand relating to ancient Egypt, of course. So for example, here we have a matching pair of cards. One card is a mouth and teeth, and the other is of toothbrushes and toothpaste used in ancient Egypt. So even better, there is this handy dandy booklet that not only guides you as to what cards correspond to the other, but it also gives a good piece of information about each thing or person. So here it tells us what the toothbrush and toothpaste were made of. We also learned about this cone of wax made of animal fat that the Egyptian women put on their heads for special celebrations. And as the night went on, it would melt and release a scent and gloss on the woman's head, acting as a perfume. Through this game, we learned things such as board games and musical instruments played at celebrations. We learned about hieroglyphs in the Rosetta Stone, about the scribes, about pharaohs, about soldiers. Just really such a fun and engaging way to learn facts about ancient Egypt, and in my opinion, enough for young children. Of course, the end goal of the game is whoever has the most matches at the end wins. Finally, let's move on to some of the projects that we were able to complete. Now, these are all super easy, really simple projects. So the first was with the papyrus paper. Just made all sorts of letters. My children used stencils, my older children freehanded. We also made a lap book, and this is just, it is busy work, but my Bella really does enjoy making these lap books, and she also enjoys opening or maybe even ending her day with this type of busy work, something that she can really just maybe turn on one of those Disney Plus documentaries and just color along to and do it independently. So I found some of the lap book printables, I believe on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will need to find some more to finish filling up the lap book, but that is what we have so far. We made mummies. So like I mentioned, my kids were just absolutely fascinated about the mummification process. They watched documentary after documentary about it and read about it. And so for fun, we mummified a few Barbies. For this project, we took some Barbies from Dollar Tree, and as they do in the mummification process, they shave their heads. We just cut off and removed off all the hair. We also used strips of white cloth. We made a paste mixture of flour and water, and we used salt. And the salt was just to symbolize the salt bath done to preserve the body, a bath to cleanse the body, and we read and discussed the removal and significance of the internal organs. Finally, the wrapping process. This was messy fun. Even one of my teens got involved, and we just wrapped our mummies again by dipping the white strips of cloth into our homemade paste and wrapping the mummies, and I just let the kids really go at it, and they did a great job. Then we let our mummies dry for a few days, and meanwhile we created small treasures that pharaohs and other wealthy Egyptians would get buried with. So some of our small little artifacts were out of the sticker book. We made some with modeling clay, and my favorite was our mini Rosetta Stone. Alright friends, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed a look at what we've been studying the past few weeks. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, comment in the comment box down below. As always, I will link as much as I can in the description box, and thanks for your love.